Day 6 at the World Juniors gets rolling with Slovakia and Finland. The Finns are looking to keep pace with Canada atop Group A, heading into their showdown on New Year's Eve.
Arseman backhander scores!
Head up, maneuvers one way, the other way, the puck skills, and what a shot on the backhand.
While it's the final group stage game for Slovakia, who have now dropped 2 hard-fought games after opening the tournament with a win. It's Finland, it's Slovakia, it's next. Games down, 14 more to go at the 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship in Edmonton, including 3 here today. The Finns are well rested coming off 2 straight days off, while Slovakia, well, they'll be without their captain Samuel Kniashko, so the rest of that defense will get some added minutes in his absence. We have reached the halfway point here inside the Edmonton bubble. I'm Laura Dykin, joined alongside our analyst Dave Tomlinson. And for Finland, well, we haven't seen them in action in the last couple of days. They put together back-to-back dominant performances so far against Germany and Switzerland. The issue, though, well, they've got that game against Canada circled on their schedule. That comes tomorrow night in what will be a battle for top spot in the group. But the Finns cannot overlook Slovakia, who have already locked up a quarterfinal berth of their own. With more, let's say hello now to Craig Button and Dennis Bayak.
Plenty of drafted players in this tournament, Craig, and we talk about how they will project to the National Hockey League. There's a youngster on Finland's roster that's not even eligible for this summer's draft.
No, that would be Brad Lambert. How he projects to the NHL? How about star quality? Because he's got all the skills you want to see in an offensive player. The great skating ability, quickness, speed, agility. He's got a great shot. He understands where to be to take advantage of offensive opportunities. Excellent vision, excellent poise. Just turning 17 years old, he has a game far more mature and beyond his years. He's going to be a high pick in the 2022 NHL draft.
You mentioned his shot, 9 shots on goal in 2 games for Brad Lambert.
Well, Dave, Finland, much like Canada, will have to wait until its final preliminary round game for its toughest test. Is that a good thing?
Well, it is for Finland because they're trying to build their game, and they just want to get better as this tournament goes on, knowing that their biggest game is going to be their last one against Canada on New Year's Eve. And so for Finland, again, they're rotating their goaltenders. They're doing their best to cut down on some of their riskier plays. And so they're going to try to really fine-tune things today against Slovakia, knowing that they're going to move on to the quarterfinals. It's just a matter of who are they going to play when crossover begins. For Slovakia, though, it's been quite a tournament, quite emotional for them.
Mikhail Mrazek scored 2 goals in that game against Germany, and a special moment that he dedicated one of those goals to his grandfather who just passed away, pointing up to the sky there. We've got our Group A standings here now, and here's what's for stake here between Finland and Slovakia. So there's no way that Slovakia can catch Canada, so we know Canada will face Finland. Germany and Switzerland will face off later today, so there's a possibility Germany can leapfrog Slovakia into 3rd place in the group. Well, we are getting all set for the first of 3 games on TSN today, including a dynamite nightcap between Russia and Sweden. Puck drop next.
The 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship from Edmonton, Alberta is brought to you in part by Esso. The Esso brand has fueled Canada's love of hockey for over 80 years. By Nike, official gear of Canada's national hockey teams. By TELUS, helping build stronger communities on and off the ice. When we give back together, we're all connected for good. And by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of Team Canada. The 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship from Edmonton, Alberta is brought to you in part by Chevrolet. Find new reasons to cheer. Find new roads.
Welcome to Edmonton, the 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship. 6 preliminary games remaining, and oh, so much to be decided yet. 3 games today. It starts with Finland and Slovakia. Finland trying to keep pace with Canada in a battle for top spot in Group A. The referees for this game, Adam Blosky of Saskatoon, Kevin Maillet of St. Sauveur. The linesmen are Dion Foster of Edmonton and Michael McCowan of Mission, BC. In goal for Team Slovakia, Samuel Halavai, 20 of 23 in the loss to Canada. He plays in Sherbrooke in the queue. And for Finland, it will be Kari Piirainen, 19 of 22 in his win over Germany, and he plays in Windsor of the Ontario Hockey League. Robert Petrovicki in behind the bench for Slovakia, played in the 1992 World Junior representing Czechoslovakia at that time. And in behind the bench for Finland, it is Antti Pennanen, an assistant in 2016 when Finland won gold on home soil. A triple header, Finland and Slovakia will get it going.
Good. Have a good one here, fellas.
Anton Lundell, who leads this tournament in face-off percentage, will start for Finland, and this will get sent in. Turned over, Yelish couldn't handle it. Wrist shot from the high slot, and that didn't miss by much from Hirvonen. Hatakka chases it back into his own zone. Simon Taival on for Lundell with Hirvonen. Lundell to the front of the net, skipped away from Hirvonen. Heinola ripped it from the near side. That one over top the net. Billy Heinola, who leads Finland in ice time and is in number 4 spot overall in the World Junior Championship for ice time. Heinola on for Niemela. Niemela shot that turned away. Niemela tied for second in points for defensemen in the World Junior Championship with 4 after 2 games.
An early blunder by Slovakia led to a great chance by Finland.
Slovakia with 4 points. 1 on the win, 3 on the win, 1 on the, here's a redirect in front of the net, and Piirainen makes the save and hangs onto it. And Slovakia maybe still looking up top to chase one of the top teams.
Well, we talked about the blunder. A nice little play here across, but Simon Taival makes a nice play to Lundell and a really good save. Another chance right across. Heinola jumps into the attack, so they're really trying to get the jump on Slovakia.
Nikkanen out to take this face-off. He is second on the team behind Lundell. And face-offs taken. 16 of 24 in the tournament for 66.7% success rate for Nikkanen, the Winnipeg Jets pick. Akurati had it get away from him, cleared up at center. McLuka leads the attack, tried to get that return pass that comes off a skate. Turansky centered in front, Turansky in the lineup. Not in the lineup for Slovakia, Dominik Sojka and Samuel Konashko. And Konashko a little bit banged up. Plays big minutes for Slovakia.
Their captain, and you know, he does play the big minutes in all the situations, and they got a young defense to begin with, and you lose Samuel Konashko, and you're not just losing competency, you're losing experience as well.
And not a must-win for Slovakia. They will advance. Taken back for Niemela, plays it back for Petrovicki. Niemela sends this ahead for Anton Lundell. Hirvonen looking for that return pass. It was in behind him. He gets tied up with Bichar in the corner. Hirvonen is on with it, plays it back at the line. Hatakka cross ice for Heinola, down for Hirvonen, looking for Lundell. And Lundell was all wrapped up in front of the net with Turan. Lead pass for Mrazek. Michael Mrazek with 2 goals in the tournament for Slovakia slides that wide. Mrazek chases it down, gets away from him, and on it is Hatakka. Santeri Hatakka, a San Jose draft pick. On for Billy Heinola, the Winnipeg Jets draft pick, and Heinola will slowly work his way out of his own zone. It's chased back. And a regroup now for Finland. Niemela back for Heinola up the middle. This gets punched away at the line by Nemitz. Simon Nemitz will take control, the 17-year-old, for the 16-year-old, with 3 assists in this tournament for Slovakia, the young defense that Craig was talking about. Snapped off the backboards. Yeravente couldn't get anywhere. Niemela on the loose puck. On for Yeravente. Stopped by Nemitz at center. This gets played through by Petrovicki. Nemitz plays this on at center. Rister from the left side. Piirainen turned that away. Clear to the front of the net, yet Lichka tries to get a stick on it, knocked away. And now Piirainen will grab it, and he will hang on to it.
Well, we showed some chances for Finland earlier, while Slovakia had a couple of really good chances. Slafkovsky gets inside, and it's a really good save by Piirainen, and then Mrazek around Haddock, and then right to the net. And off the left pad of Piirainen. I love the way they're attacking the net. Like, get to the net, bring defenders there, work the goalie. It's a really nice play to Slafkovsky as he drove through the middle of the ice, and Piirainen had to be very sharp. And
3.00 goals against average for Piirainen. Stopped 19 of 22 in the win. Rope Tappanen played against Switzerland. And across for Ratty with the wrist shot to the short side. Saved, made. We'll get a stoppage in play, and we say hello to all the fans who are watching in Slovakia. We were there not that long ago for the World Championship.
Just after 8 o'clock in the evening in Slovakia.
Spent some time in the beautiful city of Bratislava. Pepin plays this around the boards. This gets stuffed back at the line for Viro. Viro through traffic. Halavai gets a piece of it. Viro jumps on the loose puck. Try to get that down low. It's stuffed up the boards. Mrazek gets a bump on the play from Kokkonen, or rather from Koronen. Centered in front. Helenius with the shot. Couldn't get it away as he had a stick lifted. Back for Mrazek. Mrazek takes it to the outside. Mrazek. Royaniemi keeps an eye on him. Yalush plays his back at the right point. This gets away from Turin and slips all the way back down the ice. Turin up for Petrovicki. He'll chip it in. And Heinola back for it. On for Anton Lundell from Hirvonen. Lundell takes it to the outside. Lundell gets away from a bit of a grab from Petrovicki. No call coming. Chopped in behind the net. Hirvonen. Simon Taival hustles in behind the net for a loose puck. Slipped away from him. Slafkovsky is after it. Comes up with it. Couldn't get a stick free quick enough to maybe make it an odd man rush. Now it's flipped to the short side by Kromiak. Off the side of the net. Slafkovsky in front. The pass never got to him. And right back up the ice for Haddock. For Hirvonen. Hirvonen off the sideboards. Chips it wide. Take it on the far side. And cleared up at center ice. Both teams now in the midst of a change. And Viro on the puck. A Detroit draft pick, 3rd round. Viro on for Lambert. Lambert will bounce this in from center. And Halavai will hang on to it. Quick whistle. And we get a stoppage in play. No score, Slovakia, Finland. Here from Edmonton. Michael Mrazek, 3 goals, 3 points in the tournament, including a couple of goals.
Well, and he scored this goal to get Slovakia on the board against Germany. And his grandfather passed away just shortly before this tournament, so there is Michael Mrazek's tribute to his late grandfather. What a tribute that is. Score a goal in the World Junior Championships and pay tribute to your grandfather.
Niemela will send this into the Slovakian zone, stopped by Hlavai. Second start of the tournament for Hlavai. Stopped 20 of 22 against Canada. Battle in the corner for a loose puck is game 1 of 3 here at the World Junior Championship. And this will be an icing call. After this game, it is Switzerland and Germany. Lots riding on that game. And then Sweden and Russia will wrap it up, and lots riding on that game.
Sweden-Russia, the last game of the day. Sweden sitting on that 54-game winning streak in group play.
And it will get tested tonight. Puccio plays it around for Ratty. Back into his own zone. Puccio will try it again. Ratty busting up the middle. Puccio dumps it in. Nikkanen is after it. Nikkanen gets pinched to the corner boards by Elias. And it's around for Jedlička. On for Elias. Juraj Elias carries in. Rister, that's off the leg. Karams to the far side, and Nikkanen will drop it back for Niemela. He'll get chased all the way back in behind his own net by Jedlička. And then the Czech Republic drop into that 3-2 that we have seen so often here in this tournament. Played in by Korinen. And offside will get called. One of the referees in this game, there's a couple of them from Saskatoon, Mike Langen, and there's Adam Blosky. Whole bunch of officials came out of Saskatoon back when I was there with the Saskatoon Blades. His father Derek was an official. His uncle Kevin was an official. Ken Volden of TSN, an official. Brent Reiber went on to be an IIHF official. Mark Wheeler, a longtime linesman in the National Hockey League. Brad Meyer is still a referee in the National Hockey League. Kevin Sparks. Half the police force in Saskatoon is ex-WHL officials. And I'm probably not exaggerating by that much. Dwayne Height, Wes Smith, Al Smith. I could go on and on here.
Hey, listen, farming officials and police.
Yes. Yeah, in this case, like father, like son. All Canadian officials in this tournament, so.
Great opportunity for their development. Referees and officials come to this tournament from all around the world representing their countries, but because of the protocols, only Canadian officials, but really important for their development as they try to progress as officials to higher and higher levels.
Simon Tybell for Lundell, backdoor score. Anton Lundell gets Finland on the board.
Anton Lundell, you watch him go to the net. That stick is right down hard on the net. He gives a really good target for that pass to hit the stick. And Hirvonen comes right back through the middle and intercepts that pass from Martin Chromiak, and then quickly right to work. Simon Tybell, and there is the stick down. Firm, hard target. You got to pass it hard. It's up to the player receiving the puck to deal with it. Don't pass it softly, but Roni Hirvonen made a terrific play, cutting that play off through the middle, and Martin Chromiak makes a turnover, and it's 1-0 Finland.
Third of the tournament for Anton Lundell. The Florida first-round pick this past summer. We talk about his face-off success, and that is very impressive, but 3 goals here in this, the third game for Finland. Mikko Kokkonen, the Toronto third-round pick, tried to get that deep, could not. Puccio chases this back into his own zone. Puccio off the boards and off the glass, and Bichar will chase this back. Lundell from Hirvonen and Puccio. the scoring play. Actually, Simon Tybell will get that second assist. Akurati plays it back into his own end. Viro on the near side. Royanima will send this in. Nikkanen on the loose puck. Nikkanen gets tripped up. Play goes on. Now Royanima will head his way over to the bench. Good hit on the near side. Helenius stepped into Kalenic. Heinola on the regroup. Works at the center, snaps it in. Off the corner boards, Finland in on the attack. Comes back for Heinola. Heinola tried to play it in behind the net. Helenius with Petman. Helenius has the puck. Back for Heinola. Heinola will go across ice. Hadaka sends it back in behind for Petman. Petman being hounded on the play by Mudrak. Plays it back for Hadaka, on for Heinola. Heinola winds his way through, gets around Mrazek, and he pitches a backhander over top the net.
Billy Heinola is going to be a really good player in the National Hockey League. So smart and smooth.
1-0 as we look at Billy Heinola, and there's the goal scorer, Anton Lundell.
Go back to the first goal. That Hirvonen intercepts the puck, and then it's just perfect symmetry. He zips it over to Simon Tybell, and Lundell going right to that post, stick down, deflects it up and over Halavai.
8:57 the time of the game's opening tally. Kromiak back in for Slovakia. Kromiak lost control of it in behind the net. Hirvonen slaps it ahead for Anton Lundell with Simon Tybell. Lundell curls, plays it for Hirvonen, just off his stick. What a great pass by Anton Lundell. Niemela, Simon Tybell back at the line. One-timer from Viro off the heel of his stick. But Finland does control. Niemela off the corner boards. Game 3 of the tournament for Finland. Sitting at 2-0 and looking for a clean win to move back into a tie with Canada. On top, Pool A. Through center ice, Slafkovsky plays it in, then he got dumped on the play. And Viro on the loose puck. The center and no further. Stop there. Back in the lineup is Messar. Messar to the short side, off the leg. Big rebound, and Yeravente will carry it back. Yeravente in Ottawa, picked to the back door, off the skate of Lambert. That didn't miss by much. Back at center for Kokkonen. And he'll regroup as the teams will change. Slovakia coming off that overtime loss to Germany in a game that they ran themselves into penalty trouble. They were shorthanded 7 times in that game, and in overtime it was a power play marker that ended that game. This gets slipped all the way back down the ice, and another icing call here against Slovakia.
Anton Lundell is a real complete player, but he started this in his own zone, a quick turn, and then he knows exactly where Hirvonen is, and Hirvonen can't take that cleanly. And then Topi Niemela playing that one-on-one against Slafkovsky, right on the margins of interference. You know, as Slafkovsky throws the puck the other way and tries to go there.
Royaniemi throws this cross ice and a shot from the line by Niemela, and that almost trickled over the goal line. Niemela all the way back into his own end. Lavai looked behind him and looked behind him quick enough. There's a hip check, and we are going to get the first penalty. I put the jinx on Slovakia.
Well, that's interference. So we just talked about how you have to be really aware.
Kalenic with the hip check, but the puck was not there.
Well, there you can see as he dumps it in.
Number 13, Slovakia, minor penalty for clipping.
Clipping is the call on Kalenic.
Here's the close call. Slips in and behind Halavai, but it's a really good play by Golian. As Simon Taival, or excuse me, Petman is going to the net, and Golian ties him up really strongly, or Petman's got an easy tap in there.
Matching strength in front of the net, those two players. So Finland will go to the power play, a power play that has been very good, 4 for 8. Heinola in the tournament. Garavente will send it cross ice. Anton Lundell controls first power play of the game. Slovakia's penalty kill. They've killed 9 of 12. Chance in front of the net. Hirvonen on that spinorama to the front of the net that we've seen here from a number of players on power plays. And now play gets stopped.
The key in that play coming from below the goal line and trying to come to the front of the net is, as you're taking the pass, you have to be moving at the same time. And, you know, we've seen Soderblom score a beautiful goal. You see an attempt there by Hirvonen. Matthew Boldy in the U.S. Matthew Boldy in yesterday's game against Czech, he was a little further out from the goal line when he received the pass.
Garavente for Lundell, all the way around for Hirvonen. Hirvonen had trouble with that rolling puck, and Lichka will send it down the ice. Finland trying to battle for gold again. Gold in 14, 2016, that was on home soil. Gold in 2019 in Vancouver. Lambert back into his own end. Puts on the brakes. And he'll start straight up the ice. He'll dish it off. Power play continues. Akurati plays it back for Niemela. Niemela, a little stutter step, dishes it off. Side of the net for Nikkanen. 25 seconds in the power play. Nikkanen on it again. Up top, Niemela plays some give and go. Back in, it comes from the front of the net. Akurati couldn't get a shot. Controlled by Parsonen, and now play gets stopped just as Parsonen was looking to send that back to the line.
High stick. So the face-off comes out of the zone.
Slovakia finishing 8th in last year's tournament, looking to improve on that.
You know, the game is going along. Slovakia has some chances, and then Finland scores. It seems from that point that Slovakia hasn't been able to get their game back up to the level we saw earlier in the game. And a goal goes in, and I think part of development for a team and a younger team, and for Robert Petrovicky here is hey, listen, it's just one goal. It's not catastrophic. Let's keep playing. But they seem to kind of waver a little bit with respect to that belief, and hey, we're right there. And that's another part of development with a young group. Let's just keep playing. You've had your chances. You've had some opportunities.
Santeri Hatakka with a pass to the backside. 4 shots on that power play. And Finland is now outshot Slovakia 12-5. There's a chance for Mudrak, and that comes off a skate or off the post and slithers its way across the goal line. Heinola right back up the ice for Finland, drops for Lundell. Simon Taival off the corner boards, tried to get that back for Heinola, but Heinola was making his way to the bench for the line change. Kokkonen, cross ice for Hatakka. He'll drop it back for Kokkonen. 3.5 now left to go in period number 1. And a 1-0 lead for Finland. Kokkonen had that get away from him. Petman's on the loose puck. Petman dodged to check on the far side for Petrovic and dumps it in. Pile up in the corner. On it is Nemitz, and Nemitz will play it around to the near side. Nemitz will get the return pass from Slafkovsky, and then he'll leave it in behind the net for Petrovic. Ryan Petrovic, first IIHF event for the youngster. Dumps it in. Petrovic, born in Switzerland, plays in Finland. Putio parks in behind his own net. Viro. Putio played in Swift Current and Everett in the Western Hockey League. CHL very well represented here at this tournament as always. Battle for it in the corner, going down hard was Messar. Gets up and hustles right back into the action. Messar, one of the youngsters, 16 years of age. Slovakia eligible to return 14 players. Now keep in mind this is a 25-man roster at this year's event. Lambert jams this into the Slovakian zone. Yelush will park in behind his own net. That will allow his teammates to head to the bench on the line change. Yelush busts up the middle. Nemitz looks for him. No lane there. Nemitz will dish it off. Staha will slide it in. And around the boards it comes. Mantakivi clears it up at center. Follows up, chips it in, goes in after it. And Slovakia will control. Brazic. 2 goals in the tournament, 1 on the power play, 1 shorthanded. Shorthanded one was offside, but was allowed to stand. Wasn't challenged. Yelush plays it back for Mudrak and back for Yelush. Yelush being hounded there by Nikkanen. Puts it down onto the stick of Roman Fight. Fight had the game-winning goal in the 1-0 win that opened this tournament for them, and now another penalty coming against Slovakia. Power play for Finland when we come back.
5 Slovakia, minor penalty.
Well, there's no question here on this penalty. The Nemitz gets his stick right in between the legs of Mantakivi. Here's the play earlier by Mudryk as the puck kicks back off the pad and across the crease. Nobody there to get it, but a close call. We've seen a couple of those for Slovakia.
55 seconds left in period 1. Moradike and Dave Tomlinson coming up between periods. Lundell for Heinola. Back for Lundell in a little tight loose puck in front of the net. Putio takes a whack at it. Down is Slavai, and he will hang on to it. Kasper Putio looked as though all he had to do was tap that into the open net.
Andre Golian, though, number 24, another really good, strong, competitive play in and around the net, not allowing Putio to get a real good opportunity on that loose puck. Turns, he's strong on the stick, and then Putio and Golian get into a little bit of shoving, but there's Golian, strong on the stick, hard again, really good. You gotta be territorial, hard. Golian is there. Really good, strong defensive effort by Andre Golian.
Plays in Detva, and he has saved 2 goals here in this period.
Yep.
If not for his strong stick in front of his own net, this would be a 3-0 lead for Finland. Heinola drops it back for Putio. Dying seconds of period number 1. Power play for Finland. The pass from Hirvonen for Lundell. Fail to materialize. Back for Hirvonen and back for Lundell and back for Hirvonen. And back for Lundell. They play catch. Hirvonen on the puck. Plays it back for Heinola. Heinola. Dying seconds. Heinola has to get it off. Pudio, the shot to the short side. Halavai, the save. And this does end up in the net, but the period had come to an end. And now all sorts of activity around Samuel Halavai. Halavai has some company in the net as Hirvonen got spilled.
I call that being in the competitive fight, in the battle. Quick shot there. Clearly the period had ended, but nice little play by Heinola to set up Pudio. And we've seen a couple slip behind Halavai now. Zero's on the clock there. And then here we go.
They are going to take a look at it, but this is a much easier decision than the one they had the other day. So Finland on the goal by Anton Lundell. A 1-0 lead, 20 minutes done here in Edmonton. Dave Tomlinson, Laura Dyken next.
Character, integrity, respect. If we bring good sportsmanship on and off the ice, we can help end bullying.
And what a great way to kick off 2021. Finally, we're almost there. The college football playoff semifinals come your way on New Year's Day as number 4 Notre Dame takes on number 1 Alabama, followed by a clash between number 3 Ohio State and number 2 Clemson. Coverage begins at 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific here on TSN and keeps on rolling all night. It is the first intermission here inside the Edmonton bubble. Finland up 1-0. What we do know is that there were a lot of fireworks there right at the end of that period, but it is Anton Lundell getting the lone goal so far in that first period. Has he been the best player for Finland?
Well, he certainly has. He's their captain. He wasn't available last year for Finland, but the thing about him is his hockey sense, and he's always around the net, in on the forecheck. Gets the little stick there to Petrovitsky, the defender, who's kind of hurt a little bit, but Lundell stays behind the play and then makes himself available. And this looks like his other goals. He's opened the scoring for Finland in all 3 of their games, and it's when he's around the net with the redirect, and that gets Finland on the board. And so the Slovaks have to find a way to get themselves back into this game.
We weren't really sure if it was going to be 1-0 or 2-0. You saw that the puck went over the line there. They did take a long look at it, ruled no goal, but they did have to figure out some penalties. So when the second period starts, not sure if Slovakia will be down a man or Finland or just offsetting penalties. But let's talk about Slovakia, and the wind kind of seemed to get out of their sails a little bit once that goal got let in.
That's right. It just kind of set them back, and so they have to find a way to regroup a little bit, and they're without their natural captain, but their acting captain in this game is Mudryk, and so this is late after the penalty kill, and he's still got some gas in the tank. He's going to take it right towards the net. The Slovaks have done that, and this one just trickles behind the goaltender, Peronin. They would have loved for that to have gone in to even the score, but Slovakia's been taking some needless penalties, and they're going to start the second period killing as well.
They've been in every single one of these games. They scored 3 goals in their last game against Germany, an overtime loss. Michal Mrazek had 2 of those goals, and here he is, with Jill Savage.
A very even first 10 minutes out there on the ice. What kind of changed in the last half?
I mean, we kind of let them play their game, and I think we have to keep playing our game.
What do you want to establish more in the offensive zone?
Get the puck to the net and get the puck deep. Keep it simple.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Keeping everything simple. Next up for Finland, a date with Canada on New Year's Eve for top spot in Group A. When we come back, we'll talk a little Canada and its big win yesterday over Switzerland.
Greg Westlake supports the Hockey Canada Foundation Assist Fund because he knows when we help kids get on the ice, there's no limit to the power of play. give an assist. Donate now.
The Swiss have had a number of close games against Canada over the years. There's a quick shot, scores! Tomasino again! And Canada's got a 1-0 lead. Byfield snaps that pass to Zeri, moves it and shoots. He fired a wide rebound. Peltier scores! Back at the point is Drysdale. Long wrist shot, scores! That was tipped in front. That would have been Byfield who got a piece of it. He's open again. Three into Byfield, shoots, scores! That's a 5-point game for Byfield.
And he's been fantastic today. It all is going to ramp up here with the Finns on the horizon.
I haven't scored a World Juniors goal, so that's definitely in the back of my mind. Just getting the relief, finally scoring off that play. Definitely released some pressure, but I still just played the same way, and just got the bounce today, and everything was just going my way.
Dylan Cousins did it against Germany. Quinton Byfield against the Swiss. 9 players have scored 6 or more points in a game for Canada at the World Juniors, and a trio of Canadians sitting there in the top 5 when it comes to the scoring leaders so far at this tournament. Well, we heard from Quinton Byfield there in the little stinger and the recap of what happened yesterday against Switzerland. He only had 2 assists coming into yesterday's game, exploding for 6 points, as I mentioned. What was different about him yesterday?
Well, I think he just used his size so well. And he is a guy that was talked about in last year's World Juniors, just the 1 assist in a game against Finland. But this year, he has been determined. And when Quinton Byfield gets going, it's hard to stop. But this is the play I want to point out. This is late in the hockey game. He's already got 6 points. He could possibly try to dangle to the net or maybe throw it to the net, try to hang around for that 7th point. Instead, he makes the proper play, stays above the puck, and then he's about to go off the ice. He could have just hung back there and tried to get 1 more point, but no, this was a team play. This shows for me maturity. This shows for me a player that knows that he's done his work, and he's not going to try to fish around here for that extra point. I probably would have hung around for the extra point, but no, that was a real growth game for Quinton Byfield.
He played only 11 minutes and 3 seconds. That was the 3rd fewest ice time of all the Canadians, and it's amazing, putting up 6 points, as we said. Well, one of the puzzling things we know about all the talent, all the draft picks on this team, that power play has really struggled for Canada. And Bowen Byram saying before the Swiss game that it was a work in progress. Well, they came through against the Swiss and really just got the juices going.
They did, and I think that that's part of the tournament. You have to get used to this, is that you're going to play some games, you're going to have some kinks, you're going to have to work them out. But the big thing for Canada is quick puck movement, right down to the front of the net. And when you've got a guy like Cousins at the front of the net, that's a big body. When you've got a guy like Byfield, but they'll move it across and get it to the net, and there they are at the net. Brian Suzuki finishes that one off there. So Canada looked at the tape. They realized they were a little bit too predictable. And so it's getting it towards the net. The big bodies in front, Byfield with a nice deflection. And hey, if your power play scores you some goals, you can just breathe a little easier.
And a good thing is, as the tournament goes on, you have a chance to get out the kinks and tinker with things and move things around a little bit. So we'll see if they'll use this blueprint now moving forward, because as we mentioned, Canada's toughest game and Finland's toughest game is now just around the corner. New Year's Eve night. What a way to celebrate 2020 coming to an end. Top spot in the group is up for grabs. Meanwhile, in this one between Slovakia and Finland, 1 goal to show so far, and that coming from Finland's captain, Anton Lundell. The second period is ahead.
Welcome back to Edmonton to look at some of the numbers from that first period. Anton Lundell, 3rd of the tournament, came at 8:57. There's the shots, 14-6 in favor of Finland.
So we're
14
2
shots
guys
on
now,
goal,
right?
and they had some chances to get more than just the 1 goal.
Well, they did have some chances. Some pucks slipped behind Samuel Halavai, but tell you what, Finland was really hunting the puck in and around the net, and Slovakia was very good in being determined and competing for the space and not allowing Finland to get some easy tap-in goals. And right at the end of that period, we saw a lot of action around the net. It led to a penalty coming up to Finland. You go to the net, trying to score and do everything you can. And on the opposite side, you're trying to make sure that they can't score and doing everything you can to keep them out of there. So you're going to get some of those battles in and around the net, but it speaks to the competitive determination of the players.
Lundell and Mudrak to the penalty box from all of that at the end of the period. So we'll get some 4-on-4 to start period number 2. Niemela will drop it back. Parsonen takes it wide. Parsonen for Lambert. Lambert trying to spin that back to the blue line, intercepted by Kalenic. Purainen settles it down and leaves it for Akurati. Ratty will wind it in with Lambert. Lambert against the checking of Staha. Back for Niemela. Parsonen. Back up top, Niemela, cross-site, Lambert. Back for Niemela. A little bit in behind him. Gets it back for Lambert. Lambert looking to get the shot away. Works it to the slot, rifles it. And save made by Halavai. And again, all sorts of traffic in the crease. Much like the end of the first period that drew the penalties to Mudrak and Lundell.
Well, there's Brad Lambert with the shot, and now they engage at the net. Just how it finished in the first period. They pick it up in the second period.
Correction on the 4-on-4. There was the penalty from late in the first period that is still in effect. So it's still a 5-on-4 here for Finland. Second power play of the game for Finland. Nieminen back for Heinola. Heinola's wrist shot. Tied up along the near side, grabbed off by Helenius. Nemitz out of the box. This gets cleared all the way back, and this will be an icing call. So the fans over at Slovakia enjoying what they've seen from their team at this tournament. Big opening day win against Switzerland. Tough loss against Germany in overtime. Tough loss to Canada, played very well in that game. As we say hello to all the fans around the world who are tuning into the 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship. Lenny is back at the line, taken by Hadaka. Hadaka will send it in behind the net. Best of the season to everyone. Petman tried to play it back at the line, intercepted. Petman gets squeezed to the boards by Nemitz. Controlled by Finland, up top for Hadaka. Hadaka drops for Heinola. Heinola, a little stutter step, drops it for Petman. Petman puts on the brakes against Golian. Leaves it for Heinola. Heinola gets pressured by Golian. Backdoor play, scramble in front of the net. Quick shot by Helenius. And a good save made by Halavai with that left pad. And an icing call now against Slovakia.
Billy Heinola. So many good opportunities come off of his play with the puck and off his stick, but Samuel Halavai has had to be very sharp in and around his net. There's been some really good chances in that 10-15 feet right around him, and there's another one. Helenius turns and gets that puck.
Niemela from the right point drills it. Off a body in front and wide. Niemela jumps in from the right point into battle there with Nemitz. Finland does control. Hutia puts it to the front of the net, and another save by Halavai.
For 4 years, teams have done amazing things to raise the Chevrolet Good Deeds Cup. But this year, ideas triumph. What would you do with $100,000 for your community?
Anton Lundell comes back out with Simon Taival and Hirvonen. Lundell missed last year's tournament because of an injury. He was instrumental in the gold medal win in BC back in 2019, setting up Capo Cackle for the game-winning goal in the gold medal game. There's another save by Halavai as Putio lets that one go from the blue line.
Well, Finland has established residence in the Slovakian end to begin this, in the Slovak end, excuse me, to begin this second period. You can just feel Finland's trying to do a little bit more. Tighten the screws on Slovakia, try to get that second goal.
Slivkovsky carries in, pitches a backhander to the near side. Staha in from the line. Slivkovsky works it free, but it's gobbled up. Simon Tybell chips it ahead for Anton Lundell. Lundell in a foot race with Turan. Gets a little bit of help from Hirvonen. Hirvonen with Turan in pursuit. Tomiak's on the puck. He'll bank it off the boards. Down the ice it goes, and it will have enough to go for an icing call. So another face-off back in the Slovakian zone, and when you have the success that Anton Lundell, Nikkanen have in the face-off category, you are playing with fire a little bit, although Alexei Makluka, who will not take this one, has had a good day in the face-off department. Kashlik will take this one for Slovakia. But another face-off win for Finland. At the blue line, Graniami pitches it back down low, taken by Ratty. Graniami sends it back into the corner. In behind the net for Ratty. Ratty and Turan tie each other up. Back for Ratty. Ratty spins, trying to get away from Staha. Ratty gets the return pass from Nikkanen, and the shot and another save by Halavai.
Aku Ratty, lots of energy in his game. He gets on the puck, gains position on Turan, and then the puck comes back to him, and really good in tight quarters. And as they try to work the cycle, you've seen Aku Ratty score a couple goals in the tournament.
Whether Atu Ratty, who will be a high pick, not here with Finland, was in last year's tournament. Odd man rush now. Turansky plays it back in. Big save. Following up on the play was Messar. And the best save of the game so far for Pyroinen.
Pyroinen had to be sharp there. Heinola tries to keep the puck in, and it goes down on him. He loses it in escape, but under pressure, and a real good play by Messar jumping back into the play. Pyroinen getting over, and hasn't seen a lot of quality shots in some time, and that was one for certain that was right on top of.
Only the 7th shot of the game for Slovakia. They had 6 in the opening period. David Woodrak had 2 of the 6. Hadaka from the line, sends it off a stick. It's punched away from the front of the net. Juthia's after it. Parsonen steps on the puck, went down. Trying to hold the line is Hadaka. And Billy Heinola will corral it on the far side, play it back for Hadaka. Heinola coming into this game, averaging 24 minutes and 20 seconds of ice time per game in the first 2. Hirvonen drops it back. Lundell tried to pick it up cleanly, could not. Kalenic will stuff it up the right side, boards out the center. And right back in for Simon Tybell. Takes a bump from Petrovicki, but will send it in. Cross-ice pass beyond the reach of Eliash, and right back in for Lundell. Oh, he had Hirvonen with some room on that backside. Hirvonen chases it down against Nemitz. Quick shot from the line, blocked. As Dominic Jendek got in front of that, but controlled by Finland. Simon Tybell being watched by young Nemitz. Simon Tybell spins off the corner boards. Nemitz got interfered with. Play goes on. Simon Tybell gets a whack on the hands, and that is going to draw a penalty. Sharp angle try, that sailed high and wide. Niemela will control. 6 attackers now on the delayed penalty. Lundell back for Niemela. Niemela wires it, scores! On the delayed penalty. Second goal of the tournament for Topi Niemela.
Topi Niemela, eyes up all the way through. So poised with that puck on his stick. Looking where the lane is, looking where the opportunity is. There's the penalty. Slash on the hands of Seaman Tybal. Then there's Niemela moving across. And the hands. Look, where can I get this puck? And beautiful shot.
Goes clean through, glove side on Halavai. So it'll be another point for Lundell.
There was a situation before that penalty. There should have been a penalty called on Ronnie Hervinen. He interfered clearly with Nemitz. Yeah. Nemitz loses his stick, and now they're trying to recover. Clear miss by the officials.
Akurati sends it back at the line. Wrist shot from Kokkonen, and this gets deflected up and out of play. So a little bit of breathing room here for Finland in the second period. As Topi Niemela, the Toronto pick, has made this a 2-0 lead.
Topi Niemela, when he receives the puck back, his eyes up, trying to find that seam. You see some defensemen, that drop the head. Not Niemela. Really nice play to get the puck through.
5 points now for him as we look at Puutio. Niemela with 5 points. He is in second place as far as defenseman scoring in this tournament behind Cam York.
And he moves laterally really nice with the puck and sizing up the whole situation. He needs a few years to physically mature, but there's some pretty good forwards playing in Toronto that will like receiving the puck from Topi Niemela, whether it be on the breakout in the offensive zone where they can take advantage.
And he is one of the 11 that can return next year. Shot that got deflected by Ratty. That didn't miss by much. Good deflection by Big Ratty. Of course, this tournament back in Alberta again next year. And then to Russia. Sweden has moved 1 year as far as the World Junior is concerned, to 2024. Niemela with the long lead pass. Hirvonen sends it on. Kalenius takes a bump from Mudrak. Chromiak on the puck. Chromiak will shovel this out at center. Golian follows up. Can't get anywhere. And it's Mudrak who will hustle back. Mudrak lost his footing, went down in behind his own net. Petman trying to work it free. Petman got taken down. And the pass up at center for Messar. Ooh, Messar got rubbed out there by Hadaka. Puck along the boards. Messar's on it. Messar gets poke checked. Gets some help from Petrovicki, and Petrovicki will throw it cross ice. Turan will send it in. And he was on his own side of center. So the face-off comes back on the icing.
Lakurati got his stick on a high shot here by Niemela and deflected it right down. And if that's on the net, that's got a real opportunity to go right down in between the legs of Halavai. Those types of tips, you're getting ready for a shot up high, and then it gets right into your feet. Another nice play though by Niemela. There's Niemela again with the puck through.
Ratty, who is an Arizona draft pick, plays junior in Karpat. Heinola plays this back at the line. Lundell, goal and an assist in this game. Lundell trying to work it free. Spins it back into the corner for Hirvonen, tied up by Turan. And shovel on for Messar. Messar will chip this one through. McCluka hustles in after it. McCluka trying to center it. Deflected away, and Finland right back in on the attack. Hirvonen takes it wide, trying to get around Petrovici. Hirvonen. Niemela wires it from the line. That hit a body. Messar stopped it. Right in front. Simon Talbell scores! Bit of a fortuitous bounce. And Finland capitalizes. 3-0.
It was a good bounce for Simon Talbell,
but he made the good aggressive move to the net area. And as the
Halavai was being aggressive and trying to poke check him, but the unfortunate bounce comes right back. There's the play. It looks like Roman Oliver Turan ends up with his stick that deflects it into the net, and certainly that is the case. So a nice bounce for Simon Talbell.
This top line has been a handful for every team that they have faced so far. That being Simon Talbell, Lundell, and Hirvonen. Putia trying to pull it out of the pile and does. Ends it back at the line for Puttio. Lambert sends it around. Puttio at the line. Gets blocked by Parssinen. Parssinen plays it back to the blue line. Pokanen for Puttio. Puttio takes the return pass from Parssinen, and a wrist shot and a glove save by Samuel Halavai.
Slovakia is under siege. Here's the goal again. Good, hard, aggressive move by Kasper Simon Talbell, and as Halavai tries to make the poke check, ends up getting deflected up and over him by his own defenseman Turan, trying to defend that area.
So another point for Anton Lundell. Goal and 2 assists for him in this game. Niemela has a goal and an assist, so that propels him into a tie in the scoring lead with Cameron York of Team USA scoring for defenseman. As he has a 2-point game going. And a 3-0 lead here for Finland as we near the midway mark of the period. Ratty clears it in. Mudrak breaks it up. Ratty blocks it before it got out. Ratty into the slot. Quick shot by Pokanen, or by Nikkanen, and that did not miss by much as he was looking low blocker. Nikkanen with a power play tally in this tournament. Yelush stripped of the puck, kept it at the blue line. Sent in by Biro, and then he'll head to the bench on the change. Peckman trying to center it. Off the bench is Hadika. Near side, Heinola fakes the one-timer, drops it back. Penalty coming to Slovakia. Heinola and Hadika do some fancy things with that puck in the offensive zone. Lundell back for Heinola. Heinola cross ice for Hadika. Back up top, Heinola doesn't shoot it, walks it in, plays it back for Lundell. Again, 6 attackers on the delayed call. Hadika, Heinola wires it to the short side, glove save. And Halavai, a little slow to get up. Might be fatigue as he has now faced 26 shots in this game. Power play.
Slovakia, minor penalty for slashing.
There's the slashing penalty that gets called on Mudrak. Again, Dennis, you talked about the Germany game earlier, that Slovakia got themselves into some penalty trouble, and Germany took advantage, including the overtime winner on the power play, and they've got themselves in all kinds of penalty trouble here as well.
Third power play of the game for Finland, 0 for 2 with 7 power play shots. Lundell into the slot. The return pass, Hirvonen for Simon Talbell. Misfire, but a steal there on the retrieval for Finland. Shot by Heinola, that changed directions. Turan slams it around the boards. And Heinola will hustle back. So 4 for 10 now in the tournament on the power play for Finland. Simon Taival, Putio, they play give and go. Back up top, Heinola near side, Lundell. Lundell walks it in. Misfire on the wrist shot. Putio ships this back for Ville Heinola. Heinola comes near side for Lundell. Lundell to the goal line. Hirvonen walks it out front. Traffic in the crease. And it will get cleared from the front of the net.
Finland plays Canada on New Year's Eve. And Canada watching this game, I can tell you one thing they better be ready for. Finland's going to engage at the net. They're going to drive the net there, and they're going to drive people there. So just a little bit of a preview of what to expect on that New Year's Eve game. It's looking like it's going to be clearly for first spot in that group.
Parssinen, as the power play continues, 25 seconds left. Parssinen down to the goal line. Parssinen gets it back. Nikkanen in front of the net. Parssinen the one-timer. Nikkanen on the retrieval. Spins away from the checking of Staha. On for Parssinen up top, Niemela. Niemela back for Parssinen. Good defensive read there. But a good steal by Parssinen. Tip in front of the net. Rebound. Couple of chances and a couple of big saves. And now another penalty coming as Nikkanen at the side of the net with a couple of great chances for Finland.
Andre Golian's going to get a cross-checking penalty
24
here.
Slovakia, minor penalty, cross-check.
We talk about what Finland's going to do. They're taking that puck to the net, and then they're hunting pucks and engaging. And then here's the penalty right there on Nikkanen. Nice save there by Samuel Halava here. It was 4-0.
Halavai's been very good. So Golian, who's had a good game, heads to the penalty box. Fourth power play of the night for Finland. 0 for 3 with 9 shots. Then Lundell to take this face off, and he wins it. He won 7 of 9 in the first period, Lundell did. Leads the tournament in face-off percentage for all players over 20 face-offs. Lundell has it, walks it in, fires, rebound, loose puck in front, they bang at it. Brazic clears, but it's kept in. Putio plays it back for Hirvonen. Hirvonen into the slot, off the skate, back for Hirvonen. Oh, what a stop! Samuel Halavai with the left pad, a terrific save. Blast from the line by Heinola, and a glove save by Halavai.
Just brilliant goaltending. This score would be double at least if it's not for the brilliant play of Samuel Halavai. He gets that left. And he's had lots of traffic around him. He's had to fight to get through the screens, trying to get to his position, knowing that the Finns are coming.
Lambert for Nikkanen to Parssinen to Niemela. Wrist shot off the body, may have hit Ratty. Lambert hunts it down, plays it back for Niemela and back for Lambert. Lambert walks it in, looking for the tip from Ratty. Those two connected on a similar play earlier in this tournament. Parssinen back for Niemela, the shot, and again a scramble for a loose puck. Parssinen back for Nikkanen. Nikkanen tying the stick of Turan up, but Turan gets some help, and it's cleared down the ice. All sorts of pressure around the Slovakian net.
Relentless pressure by Finland.
Switzerland and Germany, the second game here in Edmonton, and then it'll all get wrapped up tonight with Sweden and Russia.
Going to go back to that save by Samuel Halavai on Roni Hirvonen. They've worked the goaltender, Finland has, in this game, and certainly in this second period. Every reason to be exhausted after the way Finland has attacked and really hungry in and around the goaltender and around the net, finding those pucks.
Third World Junior for Samuel Halabai. Heinola drops for Pudio, and he fanned on the wrister. Cleared but not out, kept in by Lundell. Lundell on the wrist shot, Halabai the save. Rebound, Halabai down. Power play is over. 5 power play shots for Finland, but Samuel Halabai has denied them. 14 power play shots now on 4 opportunities for Finland. Hirvonen carries in. Hirvonen goes wide. And this is off a skate, out the center. And on it is Kokkonen.
For Slovakia as well, you know, you have Juraj Slavkovsky and Martin Kromiak who don't kill penalties. So they're sitting on the bench, offensive players. You need offense. So by taking penalties, you're also hurting yourself on the offensive side. There's 2 of your very best offensive players sit for a long period of time.
On the offense now, there is Slavkovsky back out, along with Kashlik and Kromiak. Kokkonen sends it for Hadaka, and Hadaka will play it out at center ice. Nemitz will play it for Petrovicki. Petrovicki on for McCluka, and McCluka will chop it in. Piirainen, who has not been busy but has made a couple of good saves in this game. One earlier in this period, when the game was still much closer. Now a penalty coming to Finland. Interference is going to be the call, and Slovakia will get its first power play of the game.
20 Finland, minor penalty interference.
There's the penalty right there. Samuel Helenius for interference. So the first power play of the game for Slovakia. 2 for 11 coming into this game at 18%. Finland on the penalty kill. They've killed 6 of 8 for a 75% success rate. And another face-off win. Finland so dominant in the face-off department. Don't get to start with the puck. Goodrak on for Jelush. Jelush drops it back for a fight. Comes around the boards to the blue line and out. And Mudrak wearing the C in the absence of Konoshko. Konoshko and Soika not in the lineup for Slovakia. And they missed both. But Konoshko plays all situations, eats a lot of minutes. Poke check now. And a break for Petman. Petman shorthanded, dishes it off. And the chance for Mantakivi. Maybe a bit of a whack on the stick there. And back up for fight. On for Kromiak. Kromiak squeezed to the corner boards by Hadaka. 45 seconds in the power play, 2:15 left to go, second period. Dennis Bayak, Craig Button, our TSN crew here at the 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship in Edmonton. Game 1 of 3 today. Craig and I will have the call of Switzerland and Germany, and with Gordon Miller, Ray Ferraro will have the call of Sweden and Russia tonight. Bichar at the line. Power play, dying seconds for Slovakia. Helenius standing up in the penalty box. Bichar for Kashlik. Slavkovsky tried to spin a backhander to the front of the net. Knocked away. Petrovic is after it. No shots on that power play for Slovakia. Lundell back on it again. Simon Tybell has Hirvonen going to the net. And the pass across just got slowed up enough by Petrovicki. Slavkovsky starts the attack, back turned over, and right back up the ice. Lundell, we're into the final minute. Lundell for Hirvonen, just off his stick. Hirvonen pitches it into the slot. Wrist shot to the top corner, looking far side was Kokkonen. Bichar feeds it up on the right side, and Messar will send it in. But again, right back up the ice for Finland. Cross ice pass intercepted. Taransky got a stick on that. Controlled now by Kokkonen. To the line and no further. And Kokkonen will play it back into his own zone. Putio plays it up the center. That got blocked. Putio has it again. Putio takes it back into his own zone, getting hounded there. And Nikkanen will carry it in. Nikkanen trying to get away from Kalenic. Gets the shot away, turned away by Hlavai. 35 shots now for Finland here as the second period comes to an end. Slovakia looking for some offense as Finland adds a couple here in the second period. 40 minutes done, 3-0.
For 80 years, Esso has supported Canadian hockey with programs like the Esso Medals of Achievement, Esso Fun Days, and the Esso Cup through our long-standing partnership with Canada's national teams. Esso, proud premier partner of Hockey Canada.
Second intermission inside the Edmonton bubble. Laura and Dave with you once again. And this is kind of becoming the MO for Finland at this tournament, kind of, you know, keeping the opposition in there for the first period and then just busting right open there in the second. But I don't know if this 2-0 goal will go down as the TSN turning point, but Finland definitely got away with one.
Well, they did. And the situation for the Slovaks in this game, they're just looking for something to break their way. They weren't able to break through in the first period. And here in the second period, it looks like some incidental contact, perhaps interference, played up just a little bit there. But the Slovaks are now kind of reacting. That's Petrovitsky with the slash, the impending call. And of course, Finland, they're so patient. They'll wait. They know it's 6-on-5, so they're going to hold the puck. They're going to wait for their opportunity. They move it from Niemela to Lundell, their top players. And then this is the shot that had eyes. That makes it 2-0 for Finland. So Slovakia doesn't go on the power play. Now they're down 2-0, and then the frustration starts to build.
That's right, and it's been a physical game the whole way through so far. And we heard Craig and Dennis talking about how the Finns like to crash the net and kind of get into the grill of Samuel Hlavai, which has been the story so far here today. But the Slovaks just can't really measure up to it.
Well, what they've been trying to do is they've been trying to detour the Finns through this hockey game and try to play tough not only as the game is going on, but at every whistle. The Finns are taking the puck to the net, and the Slovaks are saying, well, if you're going to hang around a goaltender, we're going to create a dog pile of some sort. Remember how hard Slovakia played against Canada being physical, and so they're trying to say, if you're going to come to the net, we're going to exact a pound of flesh. But, you know, it's kind of, the idea was, let's try to frustrate the Finns for the Slovaks. But right now it seems like Slovakia is the team that's getting frustrated themselves. Calls aren't going their way. Their goaltenders under siege, and they know they're going to the quarterfinals, but they certainly would like to do that with a little bit more offense.
Seems like it's been a parade of Slovak players slowly making it into the penalty box and out. They've only had 2 shots this entire period, while the Finns have had 21. Well, we spoke about Topi Niemela's goal there in that second period to make it 2-1. Here is the third-round draft pick by the Toronto Maple Leafs with Jill.
Finland was able to open things up there in that second period. What did you find successful?
Yeah, we played good period and we played good offensive game this period, and we didn't let them offense, and the defense pretty good, so it was a good period for us.
What do you want to do to finish it off?
We have to play same like last period and keep moving and keep the moving puck and shoot the net.
Thank you for your time.
Thanks.
Of course, he scored the 2-0 goal, giving the Slovaks a little credit here. Big game later today in the Edmonton bubble. We'll look ahead to Russia and Sweden as the Swedes put that preliminary round winning streak on the line.
A proud partner of Hockey Canada, Tim Hortons has supported minor hockey for over 35 years through the Timbits Hockey program and its commitment to developing teamwork, confidence, and social skills in an inclusive environment. Timbits Hockey, where the first goal is having fun.
Here's your full day 6 schedule for the World Juniors today inside the Edmonton bubble, and we're keying on that Russia-Sweden game, the nightcap here in Edmonton, as Sweden puts that 54-game preliminary round winning streak on the line. Yes, December 31st, 2006. That was the last time Sweden suffered a loss in the preliminary round. The weird thing about this, though, that success in the preliminary round hasn't translated into medals. They've only won 1 gold medal over that stretch. Regardless, this is a feat we may never see again. So let's break down Sweden's incredible run.
Backlund in, shoots, in front, they score! Tobias Forsberg with 7 seconds left.
There's a shot, scores! Patrick Niveth wins it for Sweden.
Back in for Boquist, cross ice, takes the return, scores!
54 straight preliminary round wins, more than double the second longest winning streak. 22 games set by Canada. Now, during that time, Sweden has outscored its opposition by 187 goals. The Swedes have won 32 games by 3 goals or more, while winning 13 by just 1 goal. 47 of those wins came in regulation time, while 7 required a little bit more. Among the close calls, a 6-5 shootout win over Canada in 2011.
In comes Lander on wall, backhand score!
That's one of 4 shootout victories to go along with 3 overtime wins. The latest? Well, that was just last year against Finland.
Holtz walks it in, score!
And that was also one of 3 games that Sweden never led for even a second during regulation time, but managed to pull off the victory anyway. Conversely, Sweden has had 40 such games in which its opponent never led for even 1 second. Despite the gaudy numbers they put up during this incredible run, there's only 1 goal for this team: to win a gold medal. Something the Swedes haven't done since 2012, which just happens to be the last time Alberta hosted the World Juniors. Just an amazing feat that the Swedes have been able to accomplish. And look at Russia. 7 times in a row they have been defeated by the Swedes in the preliminary round, and looking to, hopefully anyway, for the Russians, not make it 8 here this evening, Dave. So what does Russia have to do to end the streak?
Well, they got to pick up from their offense that they had against Austria. Russia got shut out by Canada in their exhibition game, shut out by the Czechs, first time for them in the preliminary round. They get a penalty shot goal, the first one of the tournament, and they go from there, led by their captain, Podkolzin. 4-0 after the first, and he was involved in 3 of those goals. And so the right time for Russia to find some offense. They go on to win that game 7-1. This one just makes it over the line, and they feel they're poised now to go up against Sweden and break the streak.
That's right. Not only is the streak on the line, a very big game for Russia, because if they win this game in regulation, they win that very difficult Group B. Won't be the same story for Sweden, though, because they do still have a date with the U.S. on New Year's Eve. Well, Finland adding 2 more goals there in the second period, taking a 3-0 lead into the third.
Offensive domination by Finland. Topi Niemela gets his second at 6:09, and then Kasper Simontaival at 8:35. There's your shots, 22-2 in that second period in favor of Finland. And Craig, simply Samuel Halavai is the only reason that this game is only 3-0.
Yeah, there's a 3 up on the board for Finland. It would be 10 at least if it wasn't for the brilliance of Samuel Halavai. And the way that the Finns have brought the puck into the net, the way they've attacked to the net and hounded the puck and made not only the challenges to make the saves, but then to find the puck and deal with all that traffic around him. His pads have taken a beating from the puck, and his body has taken a beating from the Finnish players crashing the net. He has been simply phenomenal in this game.
He will be a tired netminder when this one comes to an end because of that physicality and the action around his crease. So the third period gets going, and an early icing call here against Finland. Anton Lundell, as we look at him, there's Halavai. Lundell, 3 points in the game, has won 12 of 15 faceoffs in this game, 80% success rate. Henri Nikkanen has won 8 of 11, 72%. And on the other side of it, on the positive, Aleksio Makluka has won 6 of 7 for Slovakia. He is the only Slovakian player that has had some success in the faceoff department in this game. Fight will carry it in, and Jeluš just in ahead of the play on the near side. Offside called against Slovakia. Viro has it on for Niemela. Niemela now in a tie with Cam York for the scoring lead for defensemen in this tournament. Here's Emil Viro, the Detroit draft pick. The entire defensive core of Finland, they move the puck so well. Virolainen on for Niemela, on for Lambert. Lambert slides it through. Puthia carries in across the line, gets stopped inside the blue line by Makluka. And this is cleared back down the ice. Off the boards, Viro's pass got blocked. Viro getting a little bit of help there from Niemela. Niemela gets a push from Makluka, and the puck chopped up the boards and back for Petrovicki. Petrovicki gets chased all the way back into his own end by Lambert. Those two mix it up a little bit.
A little jousting between Petrovicki and Lambert.
Petrovicki plays in Finland. Carried through center. Messar squeezed out by Nikkanen, and Kokkonen is on the puck. Kokkonen getting hounded there by Cashley. Spins it back for Puthio. Puthio drops for Kokkonen. Deflected in. Mantekivi gets it in deep, and Nemetz will start back. Skaha takes the pass. Skaha to center. Rubbed out there by Ratty. And the puck deflected out through center. Kalenius trying to get it deep camp. And Kalenic, as he'll break that up. Played ahead for Yendik beyond his reach, and an icing call.
Brad Lambert's an excellent skater, and we're going to get a look at him on the forecheck, and he just closes on Petrovicki, forces him into a spot where the play has to go backwards. There's a little bump and a little jousting between the two of them. He's a really good player. It makes it look easy. The skating, as we just saw there, I mean, he's just chewing up ice quickly and effortless.
We were talking about Saskatoon and the Blades earlier. There's a shot deflected. His dad, Ross, spent some time at Princeton University, then came to Saskatoon for one season, over 100 points. And then went on to Finland to play, and thus the Finland birthplace of Brad Lambert. Niemela swings the long pass ahead for Hirvonen. Yaravente going after it, poked away from him. Fight. Sends it around the boards. Jeluš trying to stuff it up the wall. Heinola waiting for it at the blue line. Never did get to him as it's jammed up at the top of the circle. And now Jeluš will wind it up. You hear Lava yelling, wheel, wheel. There was some room. Gets it up to center no further, and now Haddika's on it. Back for Petman, back for Heinola. Heinola. 16 minutes and 40 seconds of ice time for Ville Heinola after 2 periods of this game. Golian is the ice time leader for Slovakia after 40 minutes. Slivkovsky after it. Heinola takes it away. His first pass got blocked, sends it up at center, right back in for Makluka. Couldn't get anywhere. And Parsonen will send it on for Niemela. Niemela's pass was intercepted. Slafkovsky will give chase to the near side. The 16-year-old, 6'4" and 218 pounds. Juraj Slafkovsky is a dandy. Not eligible until the 2022 draft, same as Lambert. Ratty swings this cross ice. It goes off a leg. Elias is there. Sends it into the Finland zone, and Viro's back for it. Viro's back pass through the middle, misses everyone. Does not have enough to get for icing, and Nemitz will bank it off the boards and out to center. Finland right back in. Turansky in the lineup today. Shot off the leg and grabbed off by Ratty. Tried to shovel that one through to Matt Kivi. It got intercepted. Long lead pass now. A little bit of room there for Mrazek. Mrazek still controls in a battle there with Kokkonen. Kokkonen tried to chop it up the boards. Mrazek rides it into the corner wall. Rajaniemi will play it in behind his own net, taken there by Kokkonen.
Talking to a couple of the Canadian players after their game versus Switzerland, they were excited about getting the opportunity to play a game against competition that was going to really test them. Well, Finland's going to really test them. You know, the way they move the puck out of their own zone, the way they apply pressure, they assert themselves physically and forcefully. They're on you.
That is game 2 of tomorrow's schedule. That will wrap up the preliminary round. So much to be decided yet.
Devin Levi's going to be dealing with some traffic in front of him that he hasn't seen to date. So a lot of interesting things to look to.
Hatakka, sharp angle, this shot scores! Santeri Hatakka off the pipe, and then I think off the shoulder and in.
Yeah, he caught Samuel Halavai on the short side. And Hatakka, you've seen him jump into the attack. It's a good little play as he loses the puck and then he finds it again. Yeah, that just goes right short side, over the shoulder. Gets his head up and right there.
This is a great shot. Off the crossbar, off the far post. Maybe off the shoulder to start. That's a pretty good shot.
Oh, I mean, hey, listen, Halavai gave him space, or gave him that room, but it's an outstanding shot by Hatt.
That's a Ray Ferraro type goal. Give him a 2-inch square and he'll find a way to put it in the net. I told Ray this story the other day when he had that great year in the Western Hockey League. We were talking about all those officials, and Ray Ferraro was in the league at that time in the old rink in Saskatoon. And there's a wrister from the far side, and Darryl Lubinecki, our general manager and coach, said if Ray Ferraro has to put the puck on edge to score, that's what he'll do. And he had a bundle of them. 4-0. Gear up with Skip the Dishes. All the people around the building here doing so much for this championship. Skip the Dishes, the official food delivery app of Hockey Canada. This will get deflected into the Finnish bench.
Santeri Hatakka, as he comes, he'd lost the puck and then he picks it up again, doesn't lose his focus, and yeah, that is a brilliant shot.
Hellenius for Petman, and Petman will lock it in. Attica from Hirvonen, the last scoring play for Finland. Turned over at the blue line, and Petman will carry it back. Petman in for Corrin. Shot, score! On the turnover. Finland has taken complete control.
Yeah, they are in full control. They started the second period and just went to another level, and Turan makes the play, and Messer just can't take the pass, and it's a good play by Helenius following it to the net. Korhonen tries to flip it up and over as he moves one way, but Helenius jumps all over that rebound.
Levi made the initial stop, and Helenius will get his first of the tournament. Son of Samuel Helenius. Sammy, who was in the National Hockey League, played in the World Junior Championship. His dad did back in 1993. He was a Calgary draft pick initially. Kolenets lost control against Lundell. Lundell plays this ahead, and Hirvonen with the long wrister, and the save made by Halabai, and we'll get a stoppage in play.
You know, when you're up against a real assertive, determined opponent, Slovakia is certainly up against that versus Finland, and they push the game to another level that you're not capable of playing at, it really does become a straight case of hanging on, relying upon your goaltender to just keep you breathing, so to speak. And Finland has absolutely taken this to a level that is beyond the reach of Slovakia.
A couple of things from the hockey world to pass on. Slovakia in this game. Zdeno Chara has signed with Washington. So he has cut ties with the Boston Bruins. Chara, of course, a Slovak. And the American Hockey League with plans to get going on February the 5th. We'll deal with some divisional alignments as well. Iravente plays this near side. Heinola.
That's big news. Chara, the captain of the Boston Bruins, leaving the Boston Bruins.
It is. Interesting with Washington, they had signed Henrik Lundqvist, and now we certainly wish all the best to him. Some open heart surgery for Henrik Lundqvist. Craig Anderson now there on a PTO. And now Zdeno Chara.
Torrey Krug is left to go to the St. Louis Blues, and now Chara.
Unfortunate in a way. I mean, Chara will always be remembered as a member of the Boston Bruins. But that's the nature of the National Hockey League these days. Heinola, or rather Vero, plays it back for Niemela. Gets to center, tried to rattle that one in, hit a leg. And this will get cleared in. Makuka got spun around on the far side. Vero on for Niemela. Niemela will put it off the glass and out to center ice. Staha plays it back into his own end for Bichar. Bichar out at center for Mrazek. Mrazek will shovel it in. Helenius from Corrin and Petman. That last scoring play. And Finland well on its way to moving back into a first place tie with Canada for top spot in Pool A. And that will set up for a winner, first place take all. Tomorrow afternoon here in Edmonton. Long dump in, Kokkonen goes after it. Leaves it behind his own net. Besar is the only player there for Slovakia. Plays it back at the line. Mudrak sends it back for Golian. Golian fakes the shot, walks it in, lets the wrister go, and that got blocked. Slovakia with the offensive chance after the turnover. Here comes Petman. He tried to go high, short side, save made Hlavai. Into the back half of period number 3. As Finland trying to nail this one down. And a little more pushing and shoving. I'm sure the coach is reminding the players we don't need suspensions, so let's be mindful of what we were doing. Hellenius with a goal in this game, 5-0.
Closed captioning of the 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship is brought to you in part by Bet99.net, Canada's newest destination for free sports information, odds, and casino. Every game starts at Bet99.
Face off outside the line, Switzerland and Germany. Second game here. Germany with 2 points in this tournament with the overtime win. And Switzerland with no points, 0 for 3. Battling for that final playoff spot in Pool A, so lots on the line on that game. Yeravente breaks this up at center. Yeravente for Hirvonen, and Hirvonen to the backside. And a save made, Simon Tybell taking that to the net. So Anton Lundell perhaps getting a bit of a rest here in the third period. Oh, there he comes. Just a bit of a late change. And now Lundell will go off. Simon Tybell works it off the corner boards in his own end. And now he'll head to the bench. On for Putio. Tied up in the corner, no room there for Putia. Yelush, Slafkovsky trying to work it up the boards. Off his stick, Fight couldn't corral it either. Back to the blue line, Yelush heads to the front of the net. Pass doesn't get there. Putia, nice little redirect on for Parsonen. Parsonen for Yeravente. Yeravente wide on Turan. Yeravente circles up high, lets the wrister go. And Halavai down to make the clock on that. Intercepted right back in for Ratty. Ratty had it knocked off his stick, and Yelush will bounce it out at center ice. And Viro's there to corral it. Play gets whistled down.
Casper Simon Tybell, we saw him score a goal earlier, attacking the net. There he is going again. Puck ends up in his skates. He's not really able to get a hold of it, and then gets a full face plant here. Ouch.
An Ottawa pick in the CHL. LA pick in the NHL.
See, I always talk about paying the price, but when you don't score, that price is a little more painful.
Yeah, the reward's not quite the same. Nikkanen with the shot, deflected from the front of the net. Nikkanen and Golian in a battle. Nikkanen leaves it for Ratty. Ratty with Woodrock all over him, back for Nikkanen. Nikkanen back for Ratty. He'll leave it for Mantekivi. Mantekivi works it to the front of the net, tried to slip a backhander through, could not. And onto the stick of Mrazek.
You know, thinking about, Zdeno Chara leaving the Boston Bruins, longtime captain, champion, everything that goes with a big presence in Boston. And that follows the departure of Tom Brady. And, look at what he's doing in Tampa Bay. And Mookie Betts, who left the Red Sox.
Yes.
Ray Ferraro, a big Red Sox fan, seeing Mookie Betts leave.
For a while, wasn't sure that Betts was going to get to play with the Dodgers, but they got the season in.
And I'm a Patriots fan, so I can feel some of that pain that
you wonder
Ray player leaves.
The backstory of some of those player movements. Yelush, or rather, Uri Elias trying to center it. Goes off the leg, grabbed off. Right back up the ice for Cornyn. Cornyn for Helenius. Helenius gets to the forehand, scores! Samuel Helenius with his second of the period as he rips it up under the bar.
The quick turn as he ends up moving a little bit higher in the offensive zone, and then he makes the turn back, and he comes right in there with the idea that I'm picking my spot, and boy, does he pick it. What a terrific shot. Just a quick little turn, hand fake, and then buries it. Terrific, terrific shot. And, you know, around the Slovak defenseman, Nemec, makes it more difficult for Halavai to pick up the puck.
So this will be the third year in a row that Finland defeats Slovakia in preliminary play. 2019, Finland winning 5-1 in BC. Last year in the Czech Republic, Finland winning 8-1. And a 6-0 lead here now for Finland in the third period.
You know, and Dennis, I was talking about Tom Brady leaving the Patriots after all that success. I guess the upshot of that is it allowed the Buffalo Bills to finally win a division.
Quite a year for the Bills.
And that Josh Allen is some kind of quarterback.
Viro back into his own zone. Pudio will swing it back for Viro. He'll leave it back for Pudio, and that'll signal the completion of the change for Finland. In across the line for Petman. Petman goes down as he tried to turn back and gather that puck in. Played all the way back around. Brianiami for Finland, sending it deep. Bump on the far side. Slafkovsky takes the bump. Brianiami in the corner, dishes it off for Pudio. Pudio sends it back up. Korna circles inside the Slovakian zone. Gets it down low for Parsonen. Parsonen couldn't do anything with it. And back up the center. And Slafkovsky is going to get a penalty. So Samuel Helenius, 6'6", gets his second of the period.
Juraj Slafkovsky trying to get around the defenseman, but Emo Vero gets an interference penalty. And
second power play of the game for Slovakia. They did not register a shot on the first man advantage that they enjoyed. Shot to the short side, that rattles wide. Caroms all the way around the boards and out. Finland has killed 7 of 9 so far in this tournament.
Well, now for Slovakia, you know, this power play here, it's an opportunity to work on the finer points of it and try to get yourself ready for your quarterfinal match, because they're playing in a quarterfinal match.
Makluka around for Mrazek. Mrazek had it, lost it, gets it back. Nemec at the line. Nemec lets the shot go off a body into the corner. It goes. Again, no Samuel Konashko for Slovakia today. A little banged up. You'd have to think that he will be ready for the quarterfinal. This may be more of giving him a rest than anything else.
Well, I mean, he's going to get 2, well, including today, he's going to get 3 full days off. So if it is something that isn't serious, gives him that opportunity to recuperate.
Got shaken up in the last game. Golian feeds it up the right side boards. Brianiami, first man back for Finland. Brianiami bumps with fight. 20 seconds left in the man advantage. Fight in behind, looks for Slafkovsky up front, comes to Yelich on the near side. Now for Slafkovsky, that shot, that got blocked. Rianiami got in front of it. Comes back at the blue line. Golian down for Yelush. Yelush had it knocked off the stick by Mantakini. Came to the front of the net. Slafkovsky with a real good opportunity. And Piirainen had the short side all blocked off. One shot on that power play for Slovakia.
I'm not sure Piirainen knew where that shot was coming from, but he was in solid position there.
Ratty going in after it. Ratty tied up in the corner and sent up at center ice. Kokkonen gets to the loose puck ahead of Slafkovsky, who will turn and head to the bench on the change. Garavente carries in wide on Turan. Turan rides him out, gives him a bump. Nikkanen trying to come up with it, can't. Kalenic will stuff it out the center, and Putio will snap it right back in. Turan is after it. Oliver Turan to the line and in. Takes it wide, gets away from a bit of a grab. Turan stays on it, trying to use that size of his. Bounces around, Viro's on it. Viro trying to skate away from Yendik. Drops it off in behind the net. We'll get player changes for both teams with $1:20 left in this one. Rianiami starts straight up the ice. Dumps it in from center. Petman first on the puck. Hellenius with 2 in the game out there to see if he can't get a third. And McLuka will take it away. McLuka gets to center ice, feeds it through, and that gets stopped. 6-0 to score in favor of Finland. And time now for the Gatorade shift of the game.
Well, Santeri Hatakka loses the puck, regains the puck, and makes a fantastic shot over the right shoulder of Samuel Halavai.
Gatorade, rehydrate, replenish, refuel. The San Jose draft pick back to 2019. Picks up his first goal of the tournament. Jammed up at the blue line. Nemitz trying to chop it back down low. Cleared away by Haddock out to center ice. Kuthia chases this into the Slovakian zone. Long wrist shot. And Halavai will corral it and hang on to it. 49 shots now that Halavai has faced. Next up here in Edmonton, it is a battle on the A side for a quarterfinal spot as Switzerland and Germany. There's a look inside the German dressing room.
4 p.m. local, 6 p.m. Eastern time. We're calling it Stutzla time.
What a tournament he's had. Well, this is a big game for these two countries.
What a fantastic player Tim Stutzla is.
Time runs down and Finland goes to 3-0. So Finland and Canada tied up top the A pool at 3-0, and they will go head-to-head tomorrow afternoon.
First in the pool.
Slovakia will stay with 4 points. Slovakia will advance to the quarterfinals. And they'll get some time now to rest some bodies. Samuel Halavai was very good in goal for Slovakia. Piirainen not that busy, made a couple of big saves early in the second. And Finland comes away with a 6-0 win. All started with the goal from Anton Lundell. Back in the first period, Lundell had a 3-point game. There's Halavai. So we'll get the player of the game awards.
Organization for Edmonton. Each winner will
and then the national anthem of Finland to close out this game.
General Leather Company. Recipients will receive their award after they exit the
Finland
ice.
wins this one 6-0.
The best player of Team Slovakia est le numéro 25, number 25, Michal Mrazek.
So Mrazek, the player of the game for Slovakia.
The best player of Team Finland est le numéro 15, number 15, Anton Lundell. Et maintenant, pour l'hymne national, for the national anthem of Team Finland.
The 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship from Edmonton, Alberta is brought to you in part by Esso. The Esso brand has fueled Canada's love of hockey for over 80 years. By Nike, official gear of Canada's national hockey teams. By TELUS, helping build stronger communities on and off the ice. When we give back together, we're all connected for good. And by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of Team Canada. The 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship from Edmonton, Alberta is brought to you in part by Chevrolet. Find new reasons to cheer. Find new roads.
So our first of 3 games here on day 6 inside the Edmonton bubble in the books now, and another clinical performance from Finland. 6-0 shutout over Slovakia. We've seen it time and time again so far at these World Juniors. Finland just getting stronger and stronger as the game progresses. So what does this all mean when it comes to the Group A standings? Well, as predicted, Canada and Finland, each a perfect 3-0, will now face off going head-to-head for top spot in Group A. That comes your way on New Year's Eve. Again, what a great way to say goodbye to 2020 and a great hockey game on tap. Well, speaking of on tap, Switzerland and Germany, our next game on the schedule here on TSN. Final preliminary game for both. The Swiss needing a win in regulation to make the quarterfinals. They've scored just 1 goal. As we heard Craig Button said, yep, it's Stützle time, Tim time here on TSN. And then our third and final game of the night, that 54-game preliminary round winning streak on the line for Sweden, and a win for Russia in regulation, and they take Group B. It was another impressive win for Finland, outscoring its opposition 15-4 so far. But next up, that tough test against Canada. For Dave, Craig, and Dennis, I'm Laura Dyken, and thanks so much for watching our continuing coverage of the World Juniors.